On the topic of Quinn Hughes, do you feel there's been an artificial deadline created because of the comments that you made in the first press conference about the New Jersey situation and his unrestricted free agency in 2 years?
Well, some of those comments were in jest, of course. I mean, I wasn't totally serious
You
about.
mean like the one about the practice facility the other day? Nobody got the joke, Jim. Nobody got it.
Well, the media is pretty serious here. They weren't sure whether they were supposed to smile or laugh or not, but I wasn't going to speak any further until I got a little chuckle out of them. So everybody lightened up. But yeah, the practice facility. I got to tell you, I mean, it was one of the things when I came here, I pointed out that we needed to resolve, and there has been a lot of hard work put into that. But this is a tough market. There's not a lot of empty lots sitting in Vancouver that you can just go and plunk an ice rink on. And then we've tried really hard to work with some of the local rinks so we could attach about 20,000 square feet to their building and use their facility. That hasn't worked out. But we've brought a couple of more people on board that are working on this now, and we're taking a little different approach to it. I think we're on the right track, but I don't know until we get a commitment. So, anyways, but as for Quinn, no, I don't have a deadline on that. I mean, I'll say the obvious. He's a wonderful person and a great player, but we do control him for 2 more years. I think a better way of saying that is we control him for a year and 2/3,
Mhm.
because if we get to that trade deadline 2 years from now and it looks like he doesn't want to stay, then we would have to do something at that point. But we are hoping that he's here to stay, and he's the leader of the team and the face of the franchise.
Did you finally get a hold of him to discuss the Tocchet situation?
Yeah, and I didn't even say hello to him when he called me back, and I said, "I hope you were golfing." And I said, because when you didn't answer the phone, I told the media that you were golfing, and he said, "I wasn't. I was golfing, and my phone died." So he said, "That's why I'm getting back to you now." But we had a great conversation. He's a very understanding guy. He did really like Rick. He still likes Rick, of course. They had a great relationship, and he loved playing for him. But he understands how the sport works, and he's all for going forward with the changes we're going to have to make.
Brock Boeser, where are you with Brock?
Well, we're still open to him coming back. He's earned the right to be a free agent, and we've told him if he goes into July 1, we'll keep the door open. Of course, we'll look at what our options are. If that door is still open, we'd still consider bringing him back. We are trying to be cautious with the length of the contract, and I believe in his mind, it's important to him to get that long term, and so that's kind of where this sits now.
Are you? Is there always something in the back of your mind when you're negotiating a deal, how important it is? Because I believe Boeser wants to be in Vancouver. And wanting players to play in Canadian cities is rather important to this, isn't it?
Very important. You're making a great point. And when July 1 comes, I mean, we're not very often on the top of a player's list. We can get the Western Canada players that love to get closer to home, but when you look at a lot of players, they're looking to go other places before they go to Vancouver. Now, we do have some good fortune with the European players. They've figured out how to work around the heavier taxes here, and they love the city. It reminds them of their European cities, and so we have some good fortune there. But you're right. With a guy like Brock, who's loved playing here, he's had a successful career with the Canucks and wants to be here. That's important to us. Yes.